All right, here we go. I have finished a sketchbook, and so I'm gonna take you through every single page. This is like 104 pages. Oop. Yeah, it has 104 pages. This is a Moleskine sketchbook. It is my favorite sketchbook that I've found so far, and we're gonna open this thing up, and I'm gonna take you through every single page. And I'll try not to ramble on too much in between pages. Here's the cover page. This was in one of my 2-minute bird sketching videos, which is on my channel, but I just really liked how this one turned out, so I thought I would kind of like recreate it in my sketchbook. Definitely something I want to kind of do more of in the future, is kind of like take something I've already done and try to do it again. I actually need to write this in. So about 7 months to complete this sketchbook, which I think most of my sketchbooks, I usually complete them around 6 months. Obviously, this was Christmas time, so these are a couple of my favorite ornaments that were hanging on my tree. And so I just kind of sketched them out one morning when I was having my coffee. Some of you might know, I like to do master studies. There's actually like 2 people walking down this path that I left out of it. I really just like the trees and the branches and all the colors that he used in the original painting. Let me get the original painting. I got it from this book that I have shown on my channel before, and it's full of all of his paintings. Hopefully I can find it pretty quick. That's a similar one. It's not the exact one. Let me see if I can. Here it is. So this is the original painting that I did the study from. And I just really liked, all the tree branches and the colors and everything. So I just kind of scribbled this one out with some Neocolor IIs. This one was from a scroll and scribble video. This is Lobster Landing. I started with this crow, and then I got this little pot of beans or peas. One of my favorites for sure. This was a really loose sketch I did of a soccer player. May or may not be my husband playing soccer. We found a park that was relatively close to where I live. And so we kind of went over there and started messing around with a soccer ball. He used to play soccer and I didn't, so I was mostly just running around. This one, I love this page. I followed along with a live stream by Monkey Mintaka back whenever she was doing her Burb Fest live streams, and I kind of had just found her channel. This one was really fun because I didn't realize that she was going to be like changing to the next picture like so quickly. So I would kind of sketch a little bit and then she'd change the picture. So I'd be like, oh no, I need to put another bird up here. And then she would change it again and I'd start drawing this one. And so it kind of like, I kind of had to layer the birds. I don't know, it was a lot of fun. And I wrote the name of it and I can't even really read it, which is why I don't usually write the names and stuff in my sketchbooks, but there it is. This one was whenever I got the full set of Caran Neocolor IIs, and I used every single one, even the metallic ones, which you can kind of see shining a little bit. So this is every single color that Caran makes in the Neocolor IIs. And this was before they came out with their new colors. If I ever get my hands on the new colors, I might add them into this piece just because. And this is also a video on my channel, so you'll get to watch me complete the whole thing. This one's also Neocolor IIs, but I didn't put any water on it. Kind of an intuitive landscape, sunset landscape that I did. Here's another scroll and scribble. This little stuffed animal dog with all these patches. And then I think I got the light post next. Flowers. And then the last picture was this field. Came together really nicely. That was a really fun one to do. This one is actually watercolor pencil. I hadn't used my watercolor pencils in a while, and I just kind of got them out and started scribbling around. I did this cow, and then I did the rooster on top. I really like how the rooster came out. And then this little fence post in the background. I like this little hay bale. And I meant to put water on this one, but I really liked all the lines, so I just didn't. I just kind of left it. Here's another scroll and scribble. I love this chicken's face. This was such a good reference picture. A cupcake with a little cherry on top, a little light, and I love this windmill. But yeah, that was a really fun one. This is all of my scroll and scribble pages like this are full videos where you get to see me fill up the page with it. So if you have missed any of those, I have a whole playlist on my channel of them. Here's some cows. I tried to pick out just like a couple of colors and only use those colors. I really like this one. I don't know why, but I just like the angle of his back and everything. I think his head's a little small. These were all just kind of a couple of reference pictures that I wanted to sketch out, and I was like, you know, I'll just put all the cows on one page together. Not a fan of all the colors that I used, but I like that they're all kind of on one page together. This one is also a video on my channel where I do intuitive drawing and painting. For any of you who haven't seen my intuitive drawing, I usually like start out with a bunch of scribbly marks, and then I see something in the marks, and then I kind of build kind of a scene off of whatever I see. And I think in that video, I took this one and I put it on some canvas paper. Like I kind of took elements from this and made like a full piece out of it, which was a lot of fun. I need to kind of do more of that, I think. And I really liked the shape of this bird right here with his wing. So on the next page, I kind of went crazy with that bird shape. This one came out the best, but I was just kind of playing around with different poses of the same kind of bird. They looked like they were all sitting in a tree together, so I just kind of did like a weird square tree. Just kind of messing around with the idea. This is from another intuitive drawing video of mine. A little frog. This was an interesting one because I saw like a face, but then it kind of looked like a flower. So I kind of just traced the lines and made it into a flower. Definitely a weird one, but I kind of like it. I think in the same video as this one, I had a bunch of little square pieces of paper and I did intuitive sketches on all of those pages. And so like on one of the little squares, it looked kind of like a bunny. So I kind of was playing around with that idea. I'm not sure what this was, but this was another one of the squares, a little spaceship. Part 2, I actually finished that one off and I think it ends up looking pretty cool. This page was like an exercise to like draw your feelings or something. I don't remember who did the video. I know that the sky I did like this because I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. So this was kind of like I don't know if I'm doing this right. And then this was like me kind of letting go and just letting the marks happen. And then it kind of looked like something like a fish in water. So I kind of like took the purple and made like some bubbles and things like that. So to me, it kind of looks like something swimming in the water. But yeah, this is how I was feeling that day, apparently. It was kind of a fun, kind of a neat exercise. So here's another scroll and scribble. These were really hard to do, but like a lot of fun because of all the little glass shines and shadows and everything. This was a picture, that was a picture, that was a picture, and that was a picture. I think I did this one first, and then I like skipped a page and went over and did the bubbles because I really liked how the bubbles looked. So I came over here and kind of played around with like bubbles in the water. I don't know why they're purple and green, but you know, there they are. Here's another scroll and scribble. This is one that I wanted to keep going. Like after it was all done, I was like, man, I should have taken the gears and like put gears all around this little door knocker. This is me practicing that spaceship again because when I went to draw it, it was like I couldn't really figure out, you know, the angles of things because it wasn't a real spaceship. So, you know, the shapes of everything had to kind of make some kind of sense. I wanted to kind of draw it out again before I actually drew it on the final piece. I like the little dome. And here's another scroll and scribble. Oh, and this was the episode where I started getting like everything had yellow in it. Down to the last little section up here, I'm like, please no more yellow. Like, how am I gonna put something yellow behind two things yellow? Like, yellow is already hard to kind of layer on top of. But I ended up getting this fish. Here's a couple of bunny bunny pictures. I did a video where I picked out a whole bunch of bunny references and I just drew and paint tons of bunnies. These never made it into that video, but I was going bunny crazy, so I was just kind of having fun with some more bunny pictures. I love this scroll and scribble so much. Definitely turned into an interesting little scene going on. This one's also a video on my channel where I took one thing, which was a peacock, and I drew it 3 different ways. So I did an ugly version. I actually really like the ugly one, but it was interesting to try to make him look ugly. And then this was the cute version. This was the creepy version, and I love the creepy version so much. And I think a lot of you actually really liked the creepy one also. Both of these, I like both of these a lot. Here's another scroll and scribble. I love this one so much. This is definitely one of my favorite scroll and scribbles. I got this little deer first, and then I got the chess piece, which was a lot of fun to do really big down the center like that. The bird was like really hard, but I really like how it ended up. His face kind of looks like Gonzo from the Muppets. This was a beach scene that had kind of like a moody sky. I think this was kind of partly what gave me the idea for the video where I took a beach scene and I did it 4 different ways. The reference picture looked really moody and I just really liked the look of it. So I was like, I definitely got to try that again. So this kind of inspired that video. Here's another one I did of a beach. I think the beach was just kind of like on my mind because I was getting ready to go on a trip to the beach. So I just kind of wanted to get some beach practice. And this, forgot to put something like in between the pages, so it just kind of rubbed off. I don't know, I kind of liked how it looked, so I didn't go over it with anything, just left it. This is definitely one of my favorite intuitive drawing pages that I've done. And of course, this one is a video on my channel. So if you want to see me figuring out what all these lines are going to be, there's a whole video where I complete this one. But this is definitely one of my favorites. And this is from the same video. It's just a different page. A couple of weird trees. I really like both of these pages. They're like totally different, you know, and I did them as part of like the same kind of stream of consciousness. It's just really interesting how they turned out like completely different. Here's another one of my favorite scroll and scribbles. And I love these beets. These beets were like the funnest thing ever to sketch. This frog was like super challenging. I actually, in the middle of filming this video, I was like, okay, I need to like loosen up because this frog, it took me forever. So I actually went on the next page and I scribbled out the same frog to kind of like loosen up, which I actually really like how this one looks. But it really helped because this was the next one I got and I was able to really have a better drawing experience because I had kind of loosened up. I love this whole page. Definitely one of my favorites. So I've got like 3 super favorites so far on the scroll and scribbles. And of course I just showed this one. This one is not a video, but it's intuitive drawing, kind of the same thing. I filled the whole page up with green and there were kind of like some weird marks and I saw a face. So I kind of sketched out the face and then it kind of reminded me of like, what are those, like a tree spirit? The faces that are carved in the trees that look kind of cool. Anyway, just one morning messing around. And I actually really like how it turned out. And it was a lot of fun, just kind of scribbling about. Here's another scroll and scribble. Twisted tree with some keys hanging. And the keys are silver, so they're kind of shiny. Man, this truck gave me some issues. But ended up looking really nice. And then I got the apples, and so I put an apple in the back of the truck. Really like how this one turned out. There's definitely a lot of scroll and scribbles in here. I didn't realize how many were in this sketchbook. This was a testing page whenever I got my Mungio oil pastels, and I was trying them in different sketchbooks just to kind of see which one I liked the best. I was gonna go back and draw on this page, and then I thought about turning this into like a bird, because this kind of looks like a bird beak. with the bird eyes, and he's like, his claws are right here. But I didn't go back and do it because I just kind of, I don't know, I kind of like the vision without like finishing it, I guess. I don't know, I just really like how the marks look like this. Also, it's oil pastel, and I don't really want to use oil pastel in this book, so that's another reason why I left it. These were actually some of the first drawings I did in this sketchbook. I just kind of like opened it up to kind of the middle-ish pages, and I did some intuitive kind of bird shapes. This one, I don't really like the colors that I used on this one, but just some weird intuitive birds. This was another intuitive drawing I did when I was having my coffee one morning, and it ended up looking like a woman at a computer, and she's kind of scared. I don't know why, but there's also a shark in the background who looks kind of worried. So I'm not really sure why or how this came out, but that's just what I saw in the random marks I made. Kind of reminds me of like an old school comic for some reason. Crocoduck makes an appearance with some kind of frog. And I don't know why the frog is touching his face, but he is. Again, just kind of messing around in my sketchbook. I think I did the frog first, and I was like, you know, I need to put Crocoduck up in here. Love it. Love me some Crocoduck. This was an intuitive drawing that I never finished, and I don't know what it's supposed to be. I think I was in the middle of like trying to figure out what it was, and it looked kind of like a duck, but it also looks like it's in a prism, but it also looks like some kind of weird like wormhole or something. I don't know what's going on in here. Definitely a weird one. If you see anything in here, let me know what you see. The next 3 pages are something that I did in a recent video of mine where I did just some really easy sketchbook ideas, and they were a ton of fun. This exercise, okay, is called neuro something. I should have written it down. Lots of people told me what this is called in the comments, and for the life of me, I can't remember. It's actually like a therapeutic exercise that is actually like, there's like some scientific reason for like doing the lines and making connections and stuff like that. I didn't know all of that when I made the video. But yeah, it's actually like a therapeutic drawing exercise, and I had no idea. So thank you to everybody who let me know what that was called. I'll put the name of it right here because I can't remember what it's called. This was another easy one where you just pick a fruit that's really easy to draw, and you just kind of do it a bunch of different times with a bunch of different angles, and then you color them in a bunch of different ways. Seems like an exercise that everyone would know to do, but I honestly had never done this before. I really enjoyed it, so highly recommend trying this one because it was just a lot of fun, and it was very easy going, you know. This is called negative shape painting, and you just kind of put a bunch of colors all over the page, and then you take black or a dark color and you kind of carve out shapes. Like normally you would paint the vase, but you actually paint around the vase, so it's kind of like the opposite. So I just kind of made a bunch of flowers. This one's also really fun to do with like acrylic paint. Okay, I love this so much. I love this page so much. This is actually a dog toy that's been partially eaten. One morning I was having my coffee and it was sitting there, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna sketch out this dog toy, and I really liked how it looked. And I liked this so much that I did it again on another page coming up. But yeah, just a dog toy laying on the ground, and it was like so much fun to sketch out. Here's another scroll and scribble. This one was a lot of fun to do. This one was really hard because cats are really hard to draw, faces are really hard to draw, and I got both in one video. So it turned out really good, but man, it was a really challenging video. Bird is definitely my favorite. This one's not on my channel. I wish I had filmed this one, but it's not in a video. It was an intuitive drawing, and I started out drawing this popcorn bucket, And for some reason, I was like, you know, I kind of see like a dinosaur, like a long neck, you know, eating popcorn out of this fake popcorn stand. So I drew this one out, and then I was like, I gotta keep drawing dinosaurs. So of course I did a T-Rex. And then I was like, oh my gosh, he needs to have like popcorn that he spilled, and maybe another dinosaur that hit the popcorn out of his little baby hands. Love that one so much that I did it again on the next page. I played around with this one. Such a cute little dinosaur. I love him so much. The face kind of reminds me of Ducky from Land Before Time. Ducky was not this kind of dinosaur, but the face reminds me of Ducky. If you know, you know. So then I did another dinosaur. Draw one dinosaur, and you just want to keep drawing dinosaurs. Chubby T-Rex or whatever. Another dog toy that I drew. And now I'm addicted to drawing dog toys. So now, you know, if I'm ever needing something to draw in the morning, you know, I'm just gonna go get a random dog toy and throw it on the ground and just start scribbling, because this was like, this dog toy and the other one was just like so much fun. It reminds me of like Toy Story, when they come in and they all like just kind of pass out on the floor. And after I drew this one, I still wanted to draw, so I kind of drew my Neocolors in the little tin with my little paper towel that I was using to wipe off my brush on. This is my little travel tin. My travel tin with all my little Neocolors in it. Just kind of messing around. Here's a bee bottom. I keep seeing all these pictures of bees that have like fallen asleep while they're collecting pollen. And so I just kind of sketched out a cute little bee butt. Poor little fella got all tired. This is another master study, believe it or not. Go figure, it's Van Gogh. I don't know why, I really like doing master studies of Van Gogh's paintings. Here's the original painting. Oil on cardboard on multiplex board. I don't know why, I really like this one. I've kind of bookmarked a couple of his paintings that I really just want to do master studies on. Give it a try yourself. You will learn so much by doing master studies, because, you know, they've already done the hard work and you're kind of figuring out what they learned by doing what they've done. Just, you know, a lot of fun. And I love these colors. These are like my favorite colors to use also. I love this horse painting. And, you know, now I have it in my sketchbook. So in one of my other sketchbooks, this was an intuitive drawing that I did in a video from a long time ago, like over a year ago probably. And I did these stars kind of sinking in the water. And so here I kind of like sinking in the water, and then they go all the way down to the bottom of the water. And I did a little fish, which, you know, I need help on my fish. Don't get me wrong, I love this fish. I think he's cute, but I don't really know how to draw a lot of fish. So I was thinking about, in my next video, I could do like a whole bunch of fish. Learn how to do some more fish? I don't know. Does that sound like a good idea? And we're done. And then I did the bird again. Look in the other direction. So you open it up this way, and then you end that way. I thought that was kind of cool. But yeah, that's my sketchbook, guys. Now I get to start a whole new sketchbook, which I will probably do in my next video. So keep your eye out for that one. Hopefully you enjoyed it, gave you some inspiration, because it is so satisfying whenever you complete a full sketchbook. And don't feel pressured about it. It doesn't have to be perfect, you know, just get going in it, and you'll build a momentum by doing it. If you don't know what to draw, grab something that's just sitting on your desk and sketch that. Sketch this. That page 1, you know, sketch that. Or sketch a paintbrush or a dog toy. I'm telling you, the dog toy was fun. Highly recommend it. Or a master study or anything. Every time you draw something, paint something, you're learning, you're growing. So get moving in your sketchbook, and I'll see you next week. And it's probably going to be my 10K subscriber video also. So it'll be a special one. You know, we might throw a party, you know, you never know. At the time of filming this video, I am not to 10,000 yet, But y'all keep finding me, and I'm happy to have everyone. So thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you to everyone who hits that like button, because you're helping YouTube push my video out to new people who might need some sketchbook motivation. And yeah, I'll see y'all next time.